Coon Rapids High School to the fall band concert. My name is Mr. Palmer. I'm the band teacher here. And if this is your first time here with a high school student on stage, welcome. Thanks for being here tonight, supporting our band program. And if this is your 15th, 20th, 30th time being here, also thank you for being here and supporting the band program. For our concert tonight, we have quite a few ambitious projects. And so we're trying to make things as efficient as possible with transitions, but there will be a few more transitions and longer transitions than we normally have at band concerts. So thank you for your patience as we get through those. For our first piece, I'm doing something unusual. I'm talking before we play. Usually we play first and then I start yapping. But I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce the first piece before we get to it. So first off, behind me, we have every band student that currently is enrolled in band at Coon Rapids High School. So what you see before you is the entirety of our program, which is pretty awesome to get them all on stage. And they're gonna play a combined piece for you. So this first piece is titled Ethereal Touch. And I've been doing this for a while, and I get like the composer bios and stuff, and I keep noticing these composer bios. Like there's Adrian Sims, he comes up later, he's born in 2000. And yeah, it's just odd to like have all these young composers. So the composer of Ethereal Touch is particularly young. He just started composing not too long ago and started working on some full band pieces. And about, I think it was last spring maybe, I talked to him about looking at some of his works and stuff like that. And then just this fall, we talked about putting together a combined piece. So the composer of Ethereal Touch is Tobias Yang, who happens to be sitting right here in the front of the flute section here. So Tobias Yang is our composer. And it just so happened that it was the perfect piece to have everybody on stage play. So enjoy our opener, Ethereal Touch. All right, there's one transition done. That was pretty quick. Our next ensemble that we got is the ninth grade band called the Cardinal Band. So these are students who, for the most part, have been playing since sixth grade and then signed up for band this trimester, but didn't do marching band. There's some ninth graders there in the marching band class. I do have a few ringers in here too, so if there's a few students that look a little bit older for ninth grade, they're just there to help fill out some of the sound in the ensemble, so I appreciate their help with getting that going. All right, so here's the Cardinal Band. they made it back up there. Can we give another round of applause for our ninth graders? On stage behind me, we have the one trimester only concert band. And so if you're unfamiliar with the system, I'll talk about it a little bit later in the concert, but marching band is a class in trimester one. So this ensemble is comprised of the students who decided that sitting down was better than standing and playing. So we have students who are in the level 2 and level 3 ensembles for the rest of the year are mixed together here. So we have from 10th to 12th grade here. And then I was doing some mental math earlier today too. Of this band of 54 students, about 20% of them started band in high school, which I think is pretty cool. There's a lot of students who have felt welcomed in by all the other students around them and who have learned a lot from the people around them, both this trimester and last year too. Maybe they participated in the beginning band class, but they ended up here on stage and they are contributing a lot to our ensemble. So I'm really excited to have them on stage in our concert band. Our first piece is, oh, thank you, that was really good timing. New Day Breaking by Travis Weller. Enjoy, concert band. All right. Thank you again for coming tonight. We have one more transition for you. I'm going to hide it from you a little bit because then you don't know what's coming up. They're going to get set up behind me, and then this gives me an opportunity to yap a little bit more. So again, I said at the beginning, but thank you for your support, you being here, being an awesome audience, being all the faces in the crowd for these students. It's a really good opportunity for them to show off all of the work that they've been doing for the last whenever the school year started, 3 months, 2.5 months. I also want to take an opportunity to try and take your children from you a little bit more. You already saw an email from me, hopefully you saw an email from me, about 2 weeks ago for jazz band. It is not too late to sign up for Jazz 2, which is a fairly low commitment. We have Wednesday rehearsals in January and February, and then we end in early March. But it's a way for students to engage with people, especially ninth graders, who are not in the same grade level as them. That first band, I guess the second band you saw, the ninth grade band is the only like grade homogenous group. And so we get to mix and match kids in those other groups. The next one that hopefully before break here, I'm gonna send an email out about pep band. So pep band, kids get to watch the games for free, which is cool. They also get to play some pretty fun music. And they also get to sit next to all their friends, and they get out of your house too. So send them my way, all right? The more the merrier. As you saw at the beginning of the concert here, that quantity drives quality. When we have a lot of students engaging with what we have to offer here, it does great things for everybody. The last extracurricular, which they can choose to sign up for as a class in January when they're doing their registration, right when they get back from break, is marching band. So if you know, you know. Marching band is a big commitment. It's a huge thing. It's quite often when I ask the students, they respond that it's the hardest thing that they've done. But I know that the work that they do, that they participate in to put the show together, to work through the heat of the summer and in the cold of the fall sometimes, it builds resilience, it builds character. I ask the students to do a lot of hard work, and I don't take excuses. I see a lot of value in the work that we do there, not just like the part about we're performing for a crowd and we're putting together some music and then we're doing that thing too, but like the privilege that I have that most teachers in this building don't, is that I get the opportunity to teach your students for up to 4 years. And then there's some families that, because you have kids that come through, I know the family for a long time. I know the siblings long before they get here. And that opportunity is not just a musical one, but it's a personal one. As I like to tell people when we talk about my teaching philosophy, things get serious in conversation. I don't teach music, I teach people. And so by choosing to be in band, period, that's an opportunity right there. And then these extracurriculars that occur after school too, I encourage you to, if you have any sort of desire to kick your kid out of the house for a little while, send them my way. I'm more than happy to take them and help them grow. I have seen time and again, this is my 19th year teaching, I've seen over and over and over again the power of music education and what that does for people, for students. The power of working together, as you saw that first class, I'm getting my concert all mixed up. The last group, the concert band, there's 54 kids in that class. And what other opportunity do they have in school during their school day to spend an hour every single day working with 54 people? And they work so well together. Some of them might be mad at me, but if I could like live stream their rehearsal, I think you would be amazed to see how hard these young people work in class and how diligent they are and how they persevere and how they respond to feedback and how they reflect on their own practice and how they set goals for improving that practice. And no matter where they go after high school, whether they go to a trade school, where they apprentice, whether they go to college, whether they go to the workforce, those are kinds of skills that are going to matter to them. I know that not all of them are going to be making music for the rest of their life. I hope that they will. I hope that they will every once in a while. I know all of them will appreciate music in a different way, right, at the end of the day. But the realist in me understands that there's a lot of value of what we have here. And I will take every opportunity I can to advocate on behalf of these students that are up in the balcony and behind me here. And I am assured that you will too. I have, if you haven't already seen it in your student's possession, I ordered some little buttons. I bought 500 buttons that say on that first slide of the evening. Did you turn that off? I forgot to do that, but it's off. Is it off? Okay, I gotta do that. Are you sure? Oh, you just turned it to black, didn't you? Oh, she's smart. That's Marissa up there. She's our auditorium manager. She is like literally a superhero. I'm not really sure. It's like magic. She is incredible. I, on the other hand, have lost my train of thought. Oh, buttons. So I ordered 500 buttons. On that first slide, there's that little graphic that says Music Education Matters. On the emails that you get from me through school, not Reach My Teach, they have that as like the little tag at the bottom, and a lot of folks in the district have the same thing. So I ordered 500 buttons that are cardinal red that say Music Education Matters. And as long as Tobias found them in the back there, I'm going to have them on my person at the end of the concert. And I would like to not have any more buttons by the end of the night. So if you would like to also quietly advocate, and sometimes noisily advocate, for music education in your family and your children's lives, feel free to track me down and get a button. And then that forces you to say hi to me too. So it's good. It's a win-win. I promise I won't talk quite as much when we say hi at the end here. I'm going to really awkwardly just peek back here. It's awfully quiet. How are we doing? Oh my gosh. Your kids are wonderful. They're amazing. They're incredible. Okay, I need to get out of the way. Enjoy the rest of the show. In a world where ambition knows no bounds, one symbol rules above all others: the Crimson Crown. Its power promises greatness, loyalty, and absolute corruption. Witness as this power beckons those who dare to chase it. The Crimson Crown opens with Taylor Swift's I Did Something Bad, featuring an alto saxophone soloist, Chase Hendrickson. Next, Mad World by Tears for Fears, featuring the Barry sax section, as well as trombonist Logan. The final movement intertwines Billie Eilish's You Should See Me in a Crown with In the Hall of the Mountain King. In the back of the auditorium, drum major, Natalie Wendling. Is your band ready? You may take the auditorium. Drum major, Natalie Wendling. Is your band ready? Okay. I can't wait either. Natalie Wendling, is your band ready? You may take the auditorium.